Yup, I feel really rusty. Haven't done a video in a while, so my mouth is not working as intended, and I'll probably slurp up some of the words, so and that's the introduction. But welcome back, folks. Let's just start talking about the SitRep for World of Tanks in 2018. Now, I haven't done a video in a while, mostly because of the Black Marathon. Got super burnt out after getting all three vehicles, the Panzer 58, the T-34, and the IS-6, and those missions were not fun. And then we had a very long dry spell since late September because all the info got published on the forums. They were pretty slow as well, and yeah, it's just been rehashing of the same old news. Some talks about the tank destroyer switch for the Object 430, that's medium. The Object 263 switching around with the Object 268 version number 4, and the medium tanks and the yada yada. So rehash. Some talks about the ISM from the KV-13, then reverse back to IS. So we'll talk a lot about all those mouth. Yeah, there you go. So basically, I've been using the community tab to keep up with all the urgent info, like sudden stats change, like the Malware Breaker's engine buff. So go to this thing to check out urgent news or giveaways as I post them. But yeah, it's a ghetto YouTube's Twitter thingy, so it doesn't show up on the subscription box for the PC version. It only shows up on the Android and iPhones and iPad. Don't know why. Stupid YouTube. So yeah, I've been using that, but there were no big urgent news. So okay. I mean, Malware Breaker is still because even though it has a better engine now, like 9 point something horsepower per turn ratio, still has the crappy cupola and the battle machine gun port that could be pinned by tier 6, so yada yada. Alright, so miscellaneous stuff. There's no pink paint that was originally leaked on the test server. So no pink tanks, you bastards. Also, they took away black paint from the 9.21 preview video. Alright, so basically we got shafted because no pink vehicles, no black vehicles, and white tanks are technically a camouflage for winter maps, so you cannot have white vehicles all the time. Alright, next. So you can dismount and reapply all the paint and camo for vehicles of the same nation. Currently, it's only for premium tier 8 and tier 10s, but basically you can put the paint off from one vehicle and apply it to another. So basically, if you have red color for the Bat Chat, you can take that off and put it on the AMX 30B or the AMX 50B or the AMX M454, yada yada. So yeah, that's not how paint works, but it's pretty good. Also, some of the camo works like that as well, so you can put the camos on and off, but there are some paints and camo that's shareable across all the nations. So mostly with the base paints and primers. So this is the base coloring of the paints. This could be applied to all the vehicles of all the nations. Currently premium tier 8 and tier 10. So you can use it on all the vehicles, and it's historic, so they cannot turn that off. So you should receive 3 free camos from prior to 9.21, and that could be applied to all the vehicles, and you can use the camouflage bonus now. So basically, you don't actually have to buy camo for the camouflage bonus. All you have to do is put the camo on and take that off and put it onto another vehicle that you're grinding. So that's pretty sweet. And there are 3 sizes and 3 variations of the same camo for 3 seasons. So technically, it's like 27 camo, I guess, but hey. So I do recommend the Rufus primer paint, the red one, because it's available for all the vehicle of all the nations. It's eyesore, and you cannot turn this off. So it's not available to the normal tanks of the tech tree, obviously. You don't want all the tanks to look like the olive paint for the Americans, because you already have olive paint for the Americans, but you can use the red paint, so that's the best one, I guess. Alright, it doesn't do much. It's just a paint. It's not like a camouflage. So, yeah. Pretty much. But you can also sell the unused emblems in your emblems cache. So, I already told you guys on the community tab, but go to the filter, click on the purchase one, and just sell all of them. So I'll put the link to sell them in a bundle because clicking them individually takes a long time, and some of the freaking icons look stupid, like this raptor. Ugh. I like the monochrome ones a little bit better, but yeah, to each his own, right? Alright, so basically, players who pre-ordered the M6A2E1, the mutant, should have gotten a special camouflage, or actually 3 special camouflage set for the vehicle, winter, summer, and desert, as well as 2 inscriptions and 2 emblems. Hopefully you guys got that. Also, prior to the micro patch that we had, you could have freely transferred the Clan Wars camouflage scheme, like the digital, like creeper skin, the green one, or this one, or the blue one. But now, after the micro patch, they turned that off. So choose wisely. But goddamn, Clan War players always get shafted, like with the VK7201. You just basically have that as a normal tank, the Panzerkampfwagen 7. So disappointing. But there are 2 new tanks for January. So this is the overview, but one for this week, one for 2 weeks later. But a lot of people guess it was the Action X Carnarvon or the ELC EVN. It's unlikely to be the Carnarvon because there's no set gold price, even though it should be on sale for actual money. There should be a gold price in the actual data files, but it's only 100 gold, and that was a placeholder value, so it's not the Action X Carnarvon. So there is a video that came out last week, hinted a new Sherman tank.
There is a new M4 coming.
So basically, it's Dmitry Loza's M4A2 Sherman. It's basically a Russian copy of the Fury tank with less engine power, but better top speed. Pretty much it. And 2 weeks later, we're probably getting the ELC EVN, and the stats haven't been changed over the holiday break. So there are 2 possible gold variants, the Caravat Stash 1 and the KV4 KTTS, because they have a set gold price. And we're unlikely going to see the T103, the Action X Carnarvon, and the off-clearance Panzer V. So they're still testing the derp gun for that vehicle. I don't know how's that going to work. Man, I feel really rusty. So there are the 2 new vehicles, aforementioned secret vehicles, are currently already on sale on the Chinese server. So it's about 30 bucks for the ELC EVN and about 15 bucks for the Dmitry Loza's M4. And I already previewed all these vehicles, right? Yeah, I did. So nothing unexpected, but alright. So I'll do videos about the ELC EVN ASAP, but it's still pretty crappy DPM, even though the camo is pretty good. It's not as fast though. So about Dmitry Loza's M4A2, stats haven't been changed. Yeah, still the same stats, basically less engine power, but better top speed. In all essence, I prefer the better engine power because most of the time you need the horsepower per turn ratio to help you circle strafe, or just poke out, poke back down, like with the hull down tactics. So I do prefer a little bit more engine power than top speed, but after closer examination and learning from the T92 light tank, the engine module health is less than average, so I'm guessing this thing is prone to engine damage, a little bit more frequent than the Fury tank. So yeah. Alright, so here is the summary for Wargaming Fest. Basically like BlizzCon for Blizzard. It's Wargaming Fest. Second version, I guess. But yeah, World of Tanks 1.0 will include 30 new maps. So it's basically the HD reconversion of all the stuff. Testing will last 1 month. So starting in February, you can test out the new stuff with a new engine called Encore. So I'll put the link, yada yada. But there's going to be a new map package, 5 new maps for 2018, in addition to the HD rework. So no more playing on the same old maps, hopefully. But there are a lot of new Russian tanks in the 9.22 Super Test server. So I don't know if all the vehicles are going to make it tied to the World of Tanks HD conversion of the maps. If that's the case, that's a huge ass patch, because you have a bunch of new Russian tanks as well as the HD maps conversion. So I'm thinking that the patch with the maps comes first, then comes a bunch of Russian tanks, like how they preview all the changes to the Carnarvon and the Conqueror last year with the Super Conqueror, but it only happened at the end of this year, like during October or November. That was a preview in last year's Wargaming Fest. It took them like 10 months, so yeah. Alright, but legacy vehicles might be sold for bonds, like the Foch 155 or the FE 215B, so maybe you should play ranked battle mode a little bit more. No plans to rebalance Japanese super heavies, so spamming high explosive premium tank shells. Wonderful. Polish tanks are coming in 2018, personal missions 2.0 as well. That's what I'm excited about. Ranked battle mode will return with revised system for the chevrons and the rankings and all the stuff and the bonds. So look forward to that. Next December is the 10th anniversary for World of Tanks. So special gifts for old players has been hinted. Don't be too hype about the multi-turret system, even though it was featured in this year's Leviathan game mode for Halloween. It's a difficult project and it's not balanced for low tiers, it's not balanced for high tiers, so questionable. So it's like the Mark I as well as the Lanchester car. Yeah, the mechanics were tested, but nothing came out of it, so don't get your hopes up. Frontline mode will return. That's the one with Normandy invasion, with the same concept as the Grand Battle mode, but it's a little bit bigger with cannons. So we already played that, but hints of new mechanics for 2018. That's likely for the Polish vehicles as well as the dual cannon thingamajig for the MTLS. We'll talk about that. But there are 2 special modes that will appear in 2018. One for football or soccer and one for Halloween. And additional customization options will be tested. So that's the addition of logs, sandbag, machine guns to your vehicle. So more than just paint. World of Tanks Blitz is not the only handheld game now for wargaming. So basically World of Warship Blitz is currently being tested in the beta state, as well as Caliber might enter the alpha state. Caliber is basically a third-person tactical shooter thing.
Сука, сука, блядь, сука, 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 блядь, сука, 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 блядь.
Yeah, just in honest opinion, just remake Modern Warfare 2 and give dedicated servers. That's all you have to do. I'll play that shit all the time. Actually, I am really good at Modern Warfare. Not the new ones. Those are fucking terrible. So basically, new Russian tanks. So this is patch 22 Super Test. Doesn't apply to World of Tanks version 1.0, so like I said, don't know if they're tied, but basically overhauls the rear mounted TDs. The rear mounted heavy tanks are introduced, switch for the T10 and a mini branch for the IS-3, and changes to the Object 430 line. So basically everybody complained on the Russian server that you have to use the KV-13, not the IS, for the new ISM. So basically means I bought the KV-13 back. It was for nothing.
That's the way it is.
Son of a bitch. Should have bought the IS back. Well, KV-13 is not a bad tank, but fuck. Also, the SU-122-54 will now be removed, not the SU-100M1. So the tier 9, not the tier 7, but it does make a little bit more sense because the SU-12254 doesn't belong in the rear-mounted turret or superstructure of tank destroyers, so it's like the WZ-120 1GFT, so it might become a premium tier 8. You might get it for free. I don't know. Object 416 will not be removed. So, alright, was working towards that, but hey, a little bit better. Object 430 version number 2 will lead to a new tier 10 medium tank unrevealed. T10 will now be switched with the object 257. It will lead to a new heavy tank. So basically, alright, I mean, 257's OP. It's a V-shaped hull with the IS-7 body. Sure. And the T-44 is getting buffed. So better engine power, better DPM, better accuracy, better reverse speed. Jesus. I mean, you now will research the object 430 from the T-44. So, I mean, holy crap. Compared to the T-34-2, yeah, the T-44 is receiving a lot of better treatment than the T-34-2. So, please buff the T-34-2. Alright, so the MTLS 1G14 is currently being rebalanced. They are testing the dual gun shooting mechanics. So we could possibly see the switch for the IS-4 line with the STI-2 or ST-2. But that's the twin barrel STI. So with the 122, but kinda superfluous when you think about it. You already have one gun, we don't really need two. It takes up a lot of space, it's going to be very cramped, but hey, that's the first version of Apocalypse tank. Now you just need like mortar launchers and Gatling cannons in the back. Holy crap, that would be amazing. Also, I'm going to butcher this word. The Verschuträger 1-1 and 1-2 is basically a German designed tank destroyer with twin-mounted guns. There's a version with 105, and another version with 120s, but yeah, that's going to be a fun meme. Don't know how this is going to work because the gun is a little bit more further apart than the STI-2, so okay. Alright, so there you go, folks. That's the most slurpiness, rustiness of status update. But here are some of my experiences with 9.21 meta experiences. So rusty. SU-101 needs a hefty buff. Holy shit, this vehicle sucks. Has no gun depression, no gun elevation, also terrible. Gun traverse angle is terrible. It's relatively fast, has a decent camo, but gun's not accurate. It takes a little bit long to aim, and no penetration for the 100 millimeter. For the 122, it has no DPM. It takes super long to aim and no accuracy. So, yep, buff that vehicle. The FE217 Badger is good, but holy crap, the Tortoise is amazing now because of the matchmaking, because of the buff to the armor, and the DPM is practically the same. It's like 50 less than the Badger. That's it. It only has 100 less health than the Badger. Yeah, it's a little bit slower and the armor is a little bit weaker, but holy crap, this thing just wrecks tier 7s and tier 8s like none other now. They buffed the armor for this little machine gun port, buffed the armor for the frontal port, and even buffed some of the parts of the loader machine gun as well. And the loader doesn't get killed most of the time when being shot at, so that's a plus now. Yeah, the Tortoise, sleeper of the 9.21 patch. So play more tier 9s, play less tier 8s. Holy crap, tier 8 is in hell. Jesus. And the queue for tier 10s is just abnormally long. Did I misspell queue without a Q? Whatever. It's been a long day. So there are a lot more 3 artilleries per match and a lot more gold spam. Maybe because of the holiday loot boxes that gives out premium time, and people with premium time usually just premium shell all the time. So, alright, fun meta. Also, there are a lot more idiots and bots during the off hours. So like 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, oh my god. So yeah, prepared for being very tilted at those times. But basically just play during the prime time or normal hours. Like a usual person. Unlike me. Alright. So Russian and Chinese have a bias in the holiday reward camos. Yeah. The camo for other nations like the Allies and for the French, or like, yeah, you have a red paint with a bunch of candy canes on it. It looks terrible. You have the white one for Germany and just like a gigantic red reindeer. It looks stupid as well. The blue paint for the Russians, that looked good, as well as the red paint for the Chinese, because it's actually gold hue for the stripes. That's pretty sweet looking. So yeah, Russian and Chinese bias for the holiday camos. So keep a World of Warship and World of Warplane account for surprise gifts, because previously for this holiday season, they gave me 3 extra days of premium time for playing World of Warship or World of Warplanes as well. So you just have to re-download the game and log in. But yeah, it's shared between World of Tanks and the other stuff. You can also try World of Warplanes 2.0. So I heard it's pretty decent now with the respawn system and other stuff. So I'll resume putting videos, and I'll put out more stuff analyzing the Russian tanks, how to plan for the Switch, most of the Switch. But yeah, you should try to get to the SU-12254 now with the holiday bonus. And yeah, it's a pretty rough time playing the SU-101. Jesus, don't research the top 122 on the SU-101. It's terrible. It has no DPM, super inaccurate, takes like 64,000 XP. Just research the SU-12254 and spam gold with 100mm. It will be okay of a time, but that vehicle's rough. So I'll post a new series talking about the year-end award lists. So what this is basically talking about which vehicle actually got revived during the 2017 year era span of buffing vehicles. So yeah, it's a pretty surprising year because some of the vehicles got actually buffed out of retirement or extinction. So we'll talk about that, but holy crap, I really feel rusty, so sorry if the video feels a little bit noobish or if I'm just slurping along. But my apologies, it's been a long time. I've been grinding a hell of a lot with the game. So I actually played the game, I actually have a decent record. And I have a lot of tanks, so it's not like Sam just talks about the game, don't even play it. I actually play the game. So my apologies for the lack of videos, got super burnt out, got family over, and now I'm just butchering up this video. So yeah, but thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So buy back the IS as well as the SU-101 and try to get some experience with those. Try to research the upcoming Russian tanks, but the T-44, yeah, that's a crazy buff compared to the T-34-2. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Блядь!